Hi, here I am working on the fountain again. I'm getting ready to do another little upgrade because I've been getting some leakage. The water's been draining out onto the rug. I don't know exactly why it's doing it, but I have a fix for it. So here I am disassembling it. I didn't think to do the recording from the very beginning, but I've kind of got myself set up so I'm not going to hurt myself this time. I'm not going to bend over the whole time. This is the stuff I've already taken off, and I'm almost done taking the gravel off. I got to take the top piece out, and I got to remove that screen area, and I'm putting in like a drip pan, but basically what it is a large pot that, not the pot, the pot saucer is going to go under the screened in area, and it's going to be 18 inches, and it should go right up to about here, or maybe a little lower than that. And I'll have a couple of holes drilled in the middle of it so that it allows the water to drip down through into the Lowe's bucket underneath. This stuff is kind of messy, so I'm going to wear gloves while I'm taking all this apart. That'll rinse this stuff off before I put it back together, and I'm probably going to paint this upper part of the fountain a brighter color that the birds will like better. Do that. Now this is going to be interesting because I have to detach this hose. I'm not sure if I want to take it out and redo it, so I'm going to detach the hose from the pump underneath, which is why I had to get this far before I can continue, because it's down inside of here. There, now I can reach it. And I'm not too worried about the condition of this screen thing because it's going to be secondary. All it's going to do is filter out big chunks of stuff and hold the rocks on top. If I can get this apart. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hang that there for now. And that's out. Now I can remove this. And yeah, they need to be washed. They are filthy. And I'm going to drain the water out because it's filthy. All rinsed out. Everything's upside down and draining. And waiting for the part that's coming in from Amazon today. It's going to give me that spacer in there. So when I get that, then I'll start putting things together. It's getting warm out here already. Well, I went ahead and painted the top half of the fountain. Here it is. Hanging off a broomstick with the chopstick in the top of it so that I can get the best paint coverage. And I stuck it into my fire bucket. Not too bad for a first. Not too bad. Red will be more enticing to the birds. Hopefully they don't come over and land on it right now while it's still drying. Okay, so I'm going to start putting some of these pieces back together. Again, I forgot and started to do the reassembly before starting the camera, but I backed up a little bit. So I put the base on this planter. Just that's the bottom that just catches a little bit of water when it does overflow. I have a Home Depot bucket lid that fits right on top of those little spacers at the bottom, and that helps to bring the bucket up to a better level where I can actually deal with it. Although I may have to take that out depending on where that new tray lands. If it lands below the top of this right now, I may have to just drop it down further. But anyway, this is how it's supposed to go. And I have holes back here. This is actually a water gauge. And I have the rocks tied to the bottom of it so that it stays to the bottom. When this thing is full, the water level will show up on the outside here. I'll turn it. There's a tube right here, and I've marked off a couple of spots. So if I get to this level, I'm close to the top of the bucket. If I get up here, I need to stop when I'm filling it. This makes it easy. So then I've got my pump. It's going to go back down in here, freestanding. And this is kind of how it goes. There's suction cups on the bottom of this to hold it to the bottom. And then I run this out through here too. There's holes on the side of the planter at the bottom so that I can get the power out and the water gauge. This segment I'm working inside because it's hot outside. My back patio is 102 degrees right now, and I just don't want to work out in that. So I'll show you what I've done so far here. I've repainted the top, and now it matches my shirt. Anyway, repainted this. I replumbed it. I put the tubing back in it, resealed it with silicone, and I received the trays, or they call them saucers. They're planter saucers. So I had to order 4 of them. Here's one, complete, brand new, unusable because it doesn't have any holes in it. So I fixed one. I drilled a bunch of holes in it. You see them all? So this guy, I'm going to see if I can just go ahead and rethread it right now. You may not see all of this. I'm going to rethread this in here. Oh, come on. Here we go. And then take this like so and center it up. And all those little holes that I drilled, makes it look like a shower floor, will allow the water to flow back down into it. I'm going to put gravel in here, larger gravel here, and up here I'm going to put smaller gravel, like pea gravel or something like that, about that size. And I'll add my decorations to it, and I'll put this thing back on the planter, hook it up to the pump when it gets cooler, and fill it with water and give it a test run. We're going to continue now. I've got water in the bucket. I've got my pieces to go in here. I'm going to set these aside while I connect the pump to the tube so I can drop the pump back in and fire it up. Now, drop that in there, and we're ready to test it. And in order to test it, I can say, turn on the fountain. And there it is. So we're going to let it fill up and make sure that the water flows back down through. Oh yes, it's working. Yes, it is. I like it. So one of the real pluses to this new tray that I've got in there is that it will replace the screen that I had in there before. So I don't even need to use that anymore, which is great because it was kind of a grime catcher, and it was galvanized metal with a ragged edge around the outside. I never cut myself on it, but I could see myself doing it in the future. So I got that out of the way. That's going to be nice to just have just the plastic to deal with. I keep glancing over here because I'm watching the fountain run out the window. It looks good. I'm going to add my other stuff to it, but at the moment I'm just going to let it sit there and run for a bit without any of the gravel or anything, because I don't feel like decorating it yet. I want to wait for a nice cool time to do that. Okay, this is not to say that I'm not going to do anything else to the fountain, but I think that right now it's in pretty good shape. I decorated it. I put the rocks in. I put all of the little gnomes in and everything. And I got the lights back on it. I'm going to give you a little show here. Wish I could move a little bit smoother for this, but I can't. I got some different rocks up in the top. Rocks that Betty and the girls did a few years ago for me. And they're all in there. And that'll give the birds a little something to perch on if they just want to get in there and splash around a little bit. Eliminated the screen completely. The saucer works out perfectly. And I think the new red paint job makes it look a lot prettier. Almost like candy.